Good afternoon. Welcome to Face with Gerald and Regina. Hey, what's up? Woohoo!
What's up? What's up?
Well, you really in that phone. I thought you were going to be like, woohoo! Welcome. Good afternoon. We are so glad that you're able to tune in. And before we get into our discussion, we want you to visit us on YouTube, Face to Face. Please subscribe, like, comment, good or bad. We don't mind that.
Get on.
And then also, you can see us live stream on Dallas On Air, our Face to Face page also. So.
Man, it's rough right here.
This one is gonna be good. Okay, so we did a couple of weeks ago. We did narcissistic personality, and I'm gonna do like a brief rundown. But I went into what is a narcissist. Put my glasses on. What causes narcissistic behavior?
Hey man, it's heavy.
And then the 9 traits. So as I was reading the traits, because I think technically there's like 30 traits. I only had 9. As I was reading the traits, I got real quiet.
He said, oh my.
Because, and not only just me, because some of the traits that I was reading off, and I was like, ooh, I had to say ouch. Simply because some of the traits that I listed back in the day, I had at least 3 or 4 of these traits out of the 9. I'm being transparent. And today we're going to talk about, it's part 2, narcissistic personality disorder. And this is part 2. But we're going to be more transparent because I don't know about you. I think after we did, after we did this podcast for the first one, I got home. When I left here, I was thinking, I was like, man, am I a narcissist?
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
And then that's for Saturday. That Sunday, it was heavily on my mind. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going through all these 9 traits and I have some of these. Does that mean that I'm narcissistic? And the answer is no. Okay. So I'm gonna have Gerald weigh in because I was gonna kind of go further, but I'm gonna have him weigh in on this. But just because let me go over the narcissistic and I'll hand it over.
Sure.
Just because you have some traits doesn't necessarily mean that you're a narcissist. I know back in the day, there were certain things that that was listed on here. I'm like, oh man, I thank God for deliverance, for real. I really do thank God for deliverance. There were certain things. It was like the man in the mirror. I was like, okay,
for real.
This is gonna have to go. If I want God to truly bless me, this right here is really gonna have to go. In the way people see me, in the way I deal with others.
That's right. So, oh, that's good. That's good right there. I know you just got that from the factory.
Yes. It just kept flowing. So, what is a narcissist? Narcissistic personality disorder, I call it disorder, involves a pattern of self-centered, arrogant thinking. Ooh, child. It need to be 10 traits. Arrogant thinking, and behavior, a lack of empathy and consideration for other people.
Yeah.
And an excessive need for admiration.
Yeah.
Like, I think grandiose. Others often describe people with narcissistic personality as cocky, manipulative, selfish, patronizing, and demanding. Now, so there are 9 traits, and I'm just going to go through them real quick, and then I'm just going to hand it over to Gerald. So the first trait is lack of empathy, manipulation, projection.
Yeah.
Emotionally cold, gaslighting, main one. Never takes responsibility, controlling, ouch.
Wow.
Grandiose, ouch. And the last one is kind of questionable, is infidelity. Basically, they're saying with all of that, it can lead into infidelity when you're manipulative. Like, so, I'm gonna let you have the floor.
So, listen, let me say this. You know, with this narcissistic stuff that people they deal with, and sometimes they don't even realize they're dealing with it. And you know, like Miss Regina was saying, you know, during the last show, you know, we kind of felt the need to do a part 2 because some of the things that she was talking about, you know, we're gonna be transparent. I was like, man, that's me. That's me. I deal with some of that stuff. And she was saying the same thing, and it was basically like she called me Monday morning. It was like, hey, how did you feel about the show? I'm just keeping it real with you.
Real.
I'm serious. I was like, listen, Regina, I said, some of this stuff, it ain't even letting me go. You know what? The whole conversation, the topic is not letting me go. I can't move past it. And when you got stuff like that won't let you go or won't let you get past it, chances are you need to deal with it. You need to do something about it.
Exactly.
You need to kill it, put it to rest, and you know, try your very best to move on with your life. Because at the end of the day, what we must understand is that we're not perfect. We don't do everything right. I don't care who you is. I don't care who you, how saved and sanctified, whatever you think you is, however holier than thou you think you is. I promise you, you're not that good. Okay. But I said, but we must understand when it comes to dealing with this narcissistic stuff, it's nothing to play with.
No, it's not.
It's nothing to play with. If you have a fiance, I don't know where that came from. If you have a fiance, or if you're married to somebody, or if you're dating somebody that's narcissistic, man, you know what? I would strongly suggest you to get some counseling.
Yes.
To get some counseling, get some help. You know, with this thing, you know, and I mean, even with this topic in this show, I think we know and understand it's not going to be a whole bunch of people commenting on this. It's not going to be no phone calls or anything like that, because at the end of the day, we talking about you, and I'm talking about me.
And me, yes.
And I say, when you get, you know, stuff like that, quite naturally, you know, we don't like to deal with us. We don't like to deal. We don't like to deal with our stuff. I know I don't, until I just absolutely have to. But you know, I'm just keeping it real. But you know, it's just, you know, when you got stuff like that, like I said, you need to go get counseling. You need to go get counseling. Don't just ball the individual up and just throw them in the trash and say they ain't no good, because people can come out of that stuff.
Yeah.
You can come out of it if you want to. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to, you can come out of it. But I mean, you know, some of the narcissistic traits is, you know, a lot of the stuff that Miss Regina was calling off, you know, and one of the things that I know that are just all too familiar with me. You think you know everything. You think you know everything. Yeah. You want to, I say, you gaslight. You point the finger at everybody else, but all along it's really you. Yep. It's really you. You the one that you talking about. You point the finger at everybody else and say what everybody else is doing and say what everybody else did. But all along, what did you do to get that right there going? What did you do to get it started? Go ahead.
You know, I was looking at my finger while you were talking, because my mom used to say, you point at somebody, you got about 3. At one pointing, you got 3 point right back.
Yeah, for real.
So just piggybacking off of what Jared was saying on Monday, I mean, it was bothering me the whole weekend. I said, let me call and see if he feels the same way. And right on point, the same thing. And I was like, man, I'm like, does that really mean that I'm a narcissist? And then I had to go study it. I mean, that's what I do. And I'm like, no, you can have the traits. Some of them. Now, if you got all of them, you full blown.
Yeah, you full blown. You got some problems.
I'm just telling you, I'm sorry. I'm just got some problems. Need some help. Need some therapy. But if you have a couple of them, I had spoke with someone over the phone. I ain't gonna. It's a female. I was talking to her, and she was like, "Oh my God, when you were going through it, it wasn't just me." there was a couple of people that saw that podcast, and when I spoke with them, they were like, "Oh my God, does that mean I'm narcissist? I'm a narcissist because." The person was like, "I got half." I was like, "You have half?
You got half?
You
Good
have
God
half?
almighty.
Good God." And then they were explaining more that back in the day they used to be like that, you know. So they've done inner healing, you know, which is great therapy. So I know for me, I am going to name. I'm really putting it out there today. I'm going to name the ones that really stuck home with me. For me,
Wow.
Emotion.
This might be a part 3 coming. Yeah.
I know. Emotionally cold.
Emotionally cold. It's just cold hearted.
Just cold.
Just
yeah.
rough.
Back in the day. Not
rough.
now. Just rough. You're like, a little rough around the edges. Yes, me. Yeah, me. Never take this one. I had to like, oh my God, never takes responsibility. God dealt with me really, really hard on this one years ago. Controlling and controlling. So those are the 3 that I have, and I'm gonna read emotionally cold people.
Wow. It's heavy.
Okay. Continually shallow with their okay. I'm talking about me. Okay.
Put ourselves on blast.
I'm putting myself on blast. Now, this was years and years ago. This is not me now. Because, I mean, I thank God for healing.
Yeah.
For real.
For real.
I thank God for prayer.
Yeah.
For real. I thank God for fasting. Those 3. Yes. The 2, prayer, fasting. So continually shallow with their emotions, meaning they don't do well with emotions. This is kind of to be with someone who's emotionally cold, especially as a partner, often means not being comforted. Sometimes during the most difficult days of our lives, this normally will happen. The emotionally cold or distant trait rears its head during arguments. See, I'm telling on me.
Wow.
When one person is experiencing and expressing significant emotion and the narcissistic person just checks out. Wow. Now, I'm not saying, okay, I would check out. I'm being serious.
Wow.
And does not respond, silence. Or does in a cold manner.
Wow.
Okay, me. Okay, so what else did I name?
Man, this is
never takes responsibility. That was a big one for me.
Wow. Yeah.
If something went wrong, it's not even so much in the relationship, just with me. Back in the day, I would always throw it off on other people.
Yeah.
And I went through something. Let me put it that way, where I was.
Come on, go on, talk about it. It's okay.
Okay.
That's what we do. We keep it real.
Yeah. This is kind of hard for me.
It's kind of hard.
It's hard.
Well, don't say nothing then. Well, not yet. Not yet.
No, I think it needs to be said though.
We're going to get delivered then.
Something that I did, and I ended up. Let me put this on lockdown for like 3 months. Maximum security.
You
was in prison.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So something that I did, I know I shouldn't have done. And during the whole time, sometimes we get in denial when we do something. Yeah. And I'm asking God, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that I put not only me, but my children. Yeah. And my family. So during that time, I had to have my brother take care of my kids.
Yeah, I bet that was very rough.
And you know how I am with my kids.
Yeah,
so,
you love your kids.
So, but I just thank God for deliverance. And through that, me being in there for 3 months, God really dealt with me. I was in denial, and I'm like, no. I went on 13 court runs.
Wow.
13 court runs. When I got to the 11th one, I finally met with someone.
Wow.
That asked me, what do you want done? I told her, I'm guilty. I'm sorry. You know, I just got caught up in the moment. And she said, no problem. The 12th court run, we got everything together. My family even know I was getting out. 13th court run. Now, this right here, when I was at a superior, it could have went fed.
Yeah.
I'm being honest, okay? 13th court run. This lady, I knew it was God. I had a bond. I think one of them was paid, but the other one, I would just I just let it go because I don't want my family. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm in here, you know, because I did something wrong.
Yeah.
The 13th court run, they were able to get me out on a promise to appear.
Wow.
That's how good God is.
Wow.
Going from a high bond, and then they lowered it, and then it was, and I knew at that time.
I know you helping somebody. I know you is.
Yes. So, and I didn't mean to. I was like, I don't
No,
want
it's
to
okay.
get emotional.
No. Somebody need to hear that.
The 13th court run, I was able to get off on a promise to appear, and got out. I thank God that with my kids, I had to apologize to my family, my kids, and that was maybe about 25, 26 years ago. I mean, I get emotional when I talk about it because I'm like, how dumb. When I look at it now, I'm like, I should never put myself. But that was one of the ones where never taking responsibility. I would do something, and God was like, okay, I got you this time.
Yeah.
You getting caught up in self, and I was still going to church. That's
like
the
it,
thing.
like it wasn't nothing wrong.
Like
with
there was nothing wrong what I was doing. So God was like, I got you this time. So I thank God because I believe that if I never had that experience, I don't think I would be here today. And I think it's a learning experience. So I just want to.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to share that, and I wasn't going to share that.
It's okay. It's okay because I can guarantee you somebody got help. Somebody got help. I can guarantee you somebody will start speaking up for themselves. Somebody will start exposing themselves before somebody else do because can't nobody tell it like you can tell it.
Yeah.
Can't nobody tell your story like you can tell your story. Don't nobody know Regina like Regina know Regina because Regina kick it and hang out with herself 24/7 all day long. Regina know what Regina know what Regina do. Regina know what Regina say. You know, all those type of things. So that's why I'm so eager and quick to tell it on myself. Some people say I talk too much. I'm like, well, no, I don't think I talk a whole lot, but I would rather, when it comes to me and my personal stuff and my personal life, I would rather tell it on myself because if somebody else tell it, they not gonna say it right. They might lie, they might add, they might, you know, all this other stuff that's not even true. But I can guarantee you, somebody got help with that.
Thank you so much. And I always was like, Lord, why? Number one, to get myself out of it and get healed. And then number two, to really help somebody else. So never take it. I just remember God was like, okay, I got you now where I want you. Now you can't go. I was being told what time I had to use the bathroom, what to eat. I started working when I was in there. Was it a couple of cents per day? So that was a humbling experience for me. Never been that. First time ever going to prison. So never taking responsibility. And then the last one is controlling. And we know all about controlling. It's often a part of abuse dynamics in a relationship. And sometimes I think I was doing that and not knowing I was trying to control. And then when I caught myself, I was like, okay, we can't go this route.
Yeah.
And I'm just being transparent. So
It's okay.
So
it's okay.
you can,
Yeah. You know, so you know, even with, you know, with her exposing herself, it's so much, you know, stuff that has happened in my life. I've been in jail, I've been on probation.
yeah.
You know, I've been on drugs, I've been the dope man, you know, I probably done been a little bit of everything. I've been the pimp. You know, I womanize and, you know, I just, you know, I've been a little bit of everything.
Wow.
And that was one of my issues when I realized that when, like, years ago, I don't do it now, but years ago,
control was my number one thing where I feel like I had to manipulate and control every situation. And that's, I said, now I realize what it was. Those were childhood issues. Those were childhood issues. And sometimes when you got somebody that has to feel like they have to control or manipulate every situation, number one is witchcraft. Let's deal with that. Okay. Control, I said control and manipulation, witchcraft all day long. You can't tell me nothing different because that's what it is.
Yes.
But when I realized what it is and I identified what it was, I realized where it came from. And it came from my childhood. It came from my childhood control, manipulation and gaslighting and stuff like that. Not wanting to take responsibility for my own actions. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not wanting to take responsibility for my own actions. And I call it throwing the rock and hiding your hand. Stuff like that. That's what I called it. Throwing the rock and hiding your hand. The blame game. Blaming it on everybody else, when all along I was the one that I was talking about. It was me. And when you got people like that, or if you're like that, man, I'm telling you, man, deal with that thing. Deal with it head on, straightforward, and take it for face value for what it is. Because I can promise you, you're missing out on some great opportunities in life. You're missing out on some great opportunities in life. Not only that, think about the people that don't want to be around you. Think about the people that don't want to talk to you. Think about the people that don't want to have anything to do with you, whether it's business, whether it's ministry, whether it's jobs, whether it's your coworkers or anything like that. They don't want to deal with you because you're that way. I said that might be the reason why you're struggling when it comes to like relationships. That might be the reason why you're struggling when it comes to relationships, because you feel like you have to control every step. You feel like you have to control every movement that's going on within the relationship. You feel like you have to control everything that's going on in the relationship. And my friend, let me tell you, that is a narcissistic trait. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. That does not come from God. It just doesn't. That's not the how you want to call it. That is not God's character. And I'm not saying I know everything. Am I saying I'm perfect again? No, I'm not. But what I am saying is, I search my heart daily on a daily basis.
Yeah,
I search my heart on a daily basis. Am I perfect? No. Do I still mess up? Yes, I do. Do I slip up sometime? Yes, I do. But in the meanwhile, one of the things that helped me, and I pray to God that it helped you. I have two daughters. One of them is 19 and one of them is 22. They really watch me and really pay attention to me.
Yeah.
And so therefore, if they watching me and if they paying attention to me, watching my every step, my every move, how is it that I'm going to have all these narcissistic traits and I'm displaying it towards them, or I'm displaying it while they're around me, knowing that they're watching me? But yet and still, I want them to have a successful life, way more successful than I am right now. So therefore, I'm forced to have to straighten up, because not only my daughters, I have other people watching me as well.
Yeah,
I have other people model their lives after me. I have other people that like I said, pretty much just model their lives after me. So therefore, again, like we was talking about it earlier, we have to be able to watch our actions.
Yes,
you have to be able to watch your actions, watch how you treat people, because I was just thinking about this last week, because you never know who want to write the $1 million check.
Ooh.
You never know who want to write the $1 million check. You never know who want to write the check so your brand can go, to the next level. But but you doing all of this stuff, all this narcissistic stuff, and nowadays people don't think people pay attention to stuff like that.
Yeah, they do.
Man, people pay attention to a whole lot of stuff, and you don't think they do. They do.
Yeah. As you was talking, thank you so much, man. Prophet.
Oh Lord, I wouldn't even. That ain't that. I wasn't even there. I can tap in.
I know you can tap in. As you were talking, there are times where I get up and I'm like, Lord, I don't want this. I really don't.
It's
too much.
It's a lot.
Just being transparent. It's just a lot, being a role model for my kids, and not only my kids,
That's a lot.
you be surprised. I mean, where I stay at the apartments, people look at me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
are they looking at me like that? They don't see nobody creeping in and out of I'm serious, my apartment. They don't see me acting a certain type of way. They actually have respect for me. But there's some days I'm like, Lord, I don't want this. I don't feel like it. And God was like, you had to go through what you had to go through, just not only for you, but for you to help somebody else, because it's not even about me at all.
That's right.
Y'all out in podcast land, it's not about us at all.
At all. We like doing this. It's fun.
We like
to
it's
us.
fun.
But in the meanwhile, listen, our goal is to try to help somebody.
Of somebody else. And there are issues that we talk about, like this one right here, it hit home for both of us.
Yeah, it did.
And every time we do a podcast, here come the devil.
Oh boy, right after the show.
Right after the show, we have to, I don't know about you, but we have to continuously be prayed up.
Got to be.
Not even looking for anything, but something will happen, and we can feel it. Spiritual warfare, because we're helping somebody. We're helping somebody spiritually. We're helping somebody get up out of their mess.
That's right.
Because you know the devil, his imps.
Yeah. Yeah. For real. And the thing about it is, y'all, again, I want to reiterate this. And I really want y'all to understand this and hear me when I say this. We will never proclaim to be holier than thou. Never. Because I'm not. I still got stuff in my life. I still got stuff that I want to get delivered from. You may not think, but I'm telling you, I kick it with me. I hang around me all day long.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I'm just gonna say, sometimes I have an attitude sometimes. And sometimes people don't.
Really?
You saying that because you know me. Because sometimes I have an attitude sometimes, y'all. And sometimes I don't feel like being bothered. Sometimes I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
So I get like that sometimes. But that's just all of that has a lot to do with the gift and the call that's on my life. Yeah. Sometimes I just want just me and God, and that's it. Sometimes I get like that. Sometimes I don't. But yeah, you have to be a praying somebody to deal with me. To deal with me, you got to be a praying somebody. But even with saying that, I even have to catch myself because sometimes you'll call me and you want to talk about something. I don't even be feeling like it, but I listen. I listen because it's ministry. It's ministry. You need what I have at that particular time. And you have no idea what I'm dealing with, what I'm going through, or whatever it is that's on my mind. Anybody call me. They have no idea what I'm dealing with at that particular time. Again, it's not about me. It's not about you. So I really want you to hear me when I say that. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about any of us. It's the thing of the name of the game is, for me, trying to help somebody.
Yes.
Trying to help somebody and tell somebody about somebody, and his name is Jesus Christ. Okay. Amen. Again, I don't proclaim to be holier than thou, but that's my goal, to always try to help somebody, to try to open up the door for somebody else, to help them to figure out who they are. Do I get attacked on a regular basis? I do. Yeah. I'm talking about on a daily basis, mentally and physically. I get attacked quite a bit. And there's a lot of times I get attacked, Miss Regina. I don't say nothing. I just take it and keep on going. I know you can feel it. Yeah. I take it and I keep on going, and I don't say nothing. I just pray about it and I just keep on going, But even with saying that, still I recognize it for what it is, and I deal with it and I take it from there.
Yeah. Our goal, so many things that were going through my mind, but our goal is the bottom line is point people to Christ.
That's right.
And with us, one of the ways that we can do it is just being transparent, because I'm going to let you know, I'm not holier than thou. I'm still a work in progress. The good thing is, by me being a believer, is that when I do something, the Holy Spirit is the one that will bring it to my remembrance. It's like if I do something immediately, Holy Spirit, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have said that. You need to get that right with that person. You need to apologize. Ooh, we don't like to apologize at all. So our goal is to point people to Christ. And what we're going to do now, because I'm looking at the time, And then I'm going to hit on, again, how to deal with people that are narcissistic and then how to heal.
Okay.
Right now, we are going to do our business promotions. This is where we give all our businesses a shout out. And you know what? Did you want to open? You want to open it up after?
Yeah, we
the
can do
phone
that.
line? Can we
Yeah,
open
let's
the
do
phone
that.
line now?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so as I am doing the business shout outs, we're opening up the lines for anyone to call in. It would be nice if you can call in about the subject, but if not, that's okay. So our first shout out, and before I do this, is we know that as a business owner, it may get tough. We also know when you're black and brown, and I hate to say that, sometimes it's more, and I hate to say someone black, it's more harder.
Yeah.
Because the loans are not there. You may have to come up with your own money. So we don't have a problem putting businesses out there, especially black businesses out there. So our first one is V's Catering and Event Styling. Woo, woo! Delicious looking food. High quality service.
High quality.
A wide range of dishes and drinks. That looks really good. For catering, an event, please call 832-530-5249, V's Catering and Event Styling. And you can also visit the website, www.vscateringandevents.com. And you can also go on, I did this my own, Instagram, VS Catering Texas. So V's Catering and Event Styles. The next one we have is yours truly, King G Design.
Hey, don't just look at it. Go shop with your boy now.
And he has one of his products right now on his t-shirt. It's a Millionaire Mindset, Proverbs, what is it? Proverbs 10 and 22. You can go to, you can hit him up on Facebook. No, you can type it in on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
At kingsdesigns with a Z.com. Or you can go to the website, www.kinggdesigns.com. Look at that. That's nice. Available. You got
That's right.
extra large. You don't have like 2 and 3X. I know it's more money.
I got one 3X. One.
Millionaire Mindset?
No, it's let me see. I think it's go where you celebrate it and not tolerate it.
Oh, okay.
I got one 3X in there.
All right. So for the big folk,
For
it
big
was a
ones,
little
big
tight.
W's in there.
Okay. The next one is Burgerlicious, Texas. Woohoo! Okay, this one located 2950, right? West Interstate 20, Grand Prairie, Texas, 75052. Yours truly, Gerald and Vernetta, the owners of Burgerlicious. They can reach the 832-530, again, 55249. You can just type in Burgerlicious TX, Texas, on Facebook. Go to the website, www.burgerliciousatx.com. And then it says coming soon. Burgerlicious is going to open in Louisville, right?
Yep, the
All
restaurant.
right, the restaurant. Okay. So the next one that I have, and I have to get this one right here out, it's called Ray's. Ray's Barbershop. Ray, the master barber, a cut above the rest. He can be reached at 901-464-9043. You can also get at him on Facebook under type Ray, R-A-Y, Evans, E-V-A-N-S. And then they're located at the Bruton Bazaar, which is here in Dallas, Texas, 2233 Prairie Creek, Dallas, Texas. And I forgot the zip, but if you Google it, you can get it. And there's something here, and I wanted to save this for last, that I really wanted to read, simply because we already know, like I said, when it comes to businesses, it can be very hard. And the good thing is when it's really good when you really have somebody that's in your corner, somebody that's a cheerleader, somebody that says, hey, you can do this. I'm proud of you. So this is coming from Ray's fiance, Niteria. This is so beautiful. So this is from her to Ray. The way you get up and chase your dreams every day brings me a great deal of inspiration. Watching you grow as a person is admirable. I know it isn't always easy, and every day is not going to be smooth sailing. But if no one else can face the challenge, I know you can. I hear you. I like that. And I am super proud of you. Keep going. It's only the beginning. I can attest to that. Great things. The best is yet to come. And this is yours truly, Foxy Baby. Again, Ray's Barbershop. And when I tell you, I met him at the Brew in Bazaar. He just came up to me, gave me the business card, and I was actually looking for something for my son. And he does an excellent job. Very sanitized, clean, very professional. So Ray's Barbershop. Okay? So that is it.
Cool. Now, so the phone lines are still open, y'all. If y'all want to call in, I'm pretty sure don't nobody want to. with this topic that we got, it'd be great if somebody did call in. But with this topic that we got, most people don't really like that. Like we said, most people don't really like to deal with their stuff. Most people don't want to talk about their stuff, or most people don't want nobody to know their stuff.
Yeah.
They're very protective, and rightfully so. You have that right to be, protective over whatever it is that you're protective over. But if you want to call in and talk about whatever, or you got a question, or you want to add to something that we didn't say, or maybe we didn't say something quite right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can take correction. It don't bother me. Yeah. So if anybody want to call in at this point, you can. And our topic is narcissistic behavior. Mm-hmm. Behavior, narcissistic.
And just like we were talking, just because you have...
That's you. You got all this stuff. You got all 10 of them.
Oh, wow. You said 10. Uh-oh. There's 30, right?
Oh,
but
my God.
Just because you have just a couple of traits doesn't necessarily mean that you're narcissistic. Yeah. It's just that I just noticed that when I was reading off the last time, I was saying to myself, ow. I was like, what? Man, yeah. I remember this. Yeah. I remember this. So thank God for deliverance. Thank God for healing. But just because you have some of the traits doesn't mean that you're narcissistic now, but I ain't gonna let you know. You got all of them.
You got some problems.
You need Jesus.
You need Jesus. You need Jehovah.
Seriously.
You need Yahweh.
And then I'm going to let you know how to heal and how to deal with a narcissist. So, there is help for people that are narcissists. What? I just noticed that a lot of people throw this word around a lot.
A lot. And half of them don't even know what it really means.
Exactly. And, one thing about behavior is that they can change.
You can.
With the help of God and therapy.
You can, but you got to want to change.
I like that. Yep.
You got to want to change.
You got to want to change. So, to me, it's just a behavior disorder. I hate to say it like that. Mm-hmm. Narcissistic. And it could be changed. So, how you deal with a narcissist? See the narcissist for who they are. Mm-hmm. I wonder if you can help them. Can you help somebody be accountable?
You can.
You can? Okay.
You can help somebody be accountable. They're not going to like it, but you can.
You can. Okay. Because I want to throw that in there. Stand your ground. Mm-hmm. De-escalate the situation if you're being attacked verbally. Okay. Set boundaries. I like this one. Setting boundaries. Mm-hmm. How to deal with a narcissist. Save your energy for things that you can change.
That's right.
I think about that. I like that one. Keep your own values intact. Don't put them in a chokehold. Keep your own values intact. Pray to maintain your strength. So that's how those are the ways that you deal with a narcissist. And then this right here, I like this right here. How to heal. Prayer.
Yeah.
Therapy or counseling. Mm-hmm. And then take it a step further. Fasting also.
That's right.
Denying your flesh.
That's right.
That's what fasting is.
That's right.
You either meditating, praying, reading the word,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So that's the way that you heal from being a narcissist. So
Yeah. That's that. I believe that is very true. And you know, one of the ways that I got away from it, I like Miss Regina said, you know, you have to learn how to deny your flesh.
yeah.
When I say you have to learn, some people don't really understand when you say fasting. Let me give you just a little small
Yeah.
tidbit of fasting 101. You have to pray and ask God to give you a fasting spirit first.
Yes, you just can't go.
You can't just go just all
Stone
in
cold.
it. Stone cold. Okay, I'm gonna go in it. No, because you're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up because you're not that strong.
Yeah.
So you have to pray and ask God to give you a fasting spirit. Then you have to ask God what type of fast do you want to go, what He wants you to go on. Okay, and I said if you read your Bible, Jesus was led on a fast. He didn't just do it. No, He was led. So sometimes God he'll require fast, you know, bread and water or just water. Sometimes God he'll require fast, you know, with no food, no water, just for, you know, a couple of hours or, you know, into the whole day or something like that. But you denying your flesh, and you have to build up a tolerance level, you know, for like a fasted life. You have to build up a tolerance level for a fasted life, because fasting sometimes it's not easy. You know, your flesh want to do this and your flesh want to do that. You want to go out and do this and you want to go out and do that. But yet and still you trying to get delivered from. I'm just gonna throw something out there because that was one of the things that I used to deal with, lust. Okay, I used to deal with that, and you know, but I had to deny my flesh. I had to fast. And it was basically like, you know, one of those deals and one of those issues. It was basically like, how bad did I want it?
Yeah. Ooh.
How bad did I want to get out of what I was in? How bad did I want to stop being a narcissistic? You know, because that's what we're talking about. How bad did I want to stop gaslighting? You know, how bad did I want to stop playing the blame game with people? How bad did I just want to, you know, stop treating people bad, knowing that, you know, deep down inside I had right intentions, but it always came out to be a different way. Because it was what was living on the inside of me. We just wouldn't let go. So I had to do some fasting. I had to do some spending some time with God. You know, did it grow me spiritually? It did. It grew me. You know, was I able to see through walls? Yeah. I was able to see through walls. That's just that. I'm just talking about my gift now, but it's not an easy thing, y'all. It's not an easy thing to fast. It's not an easy thing to get delivered from something, because I can tell you the enemy, he gonna come check on you. He gonna come see about you.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you. This ain't nothing I'm speaking over your life. No, I'm telling you. He is going to come check on you. We're like, wait a minute, hold on. My favorite. What they doing? My favorite. they my favorite. They trying to get away from me. What you doing? You know, go ahead.
No, one thing, thank you so much for breaking that down, because I was thinking there's Daniel fast. There's different type of fast.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say that before you do a fast, consult with your pastor.
That's right.
Or your covering. Especially those that have medical issues. I'm being transparent.
For real.
And that's why I was saying that don't go cold turkey, because some people, sometimes you have to
pass out.
I know there's certain type of fast, but consult your pastor. Consult the person that's covering you, they can give you godly counsel on how to do it, and maybe a different type of fast, because not everybody can just stop not eating for hours. I mean, if you're diabetic, if you have certain issues, you may have to just drink water or just drink juice. I don't know if that's a Daniel fast. There's okay. You know, but I just wanted to point that out. Just please consult like your pastor or somebody that's over you, like a covering, when you're starting the fast. Don't just go in there and we all know people are zealous and they want to get it done, but please have some just like common sense.
Yeah. So somebody in the comments are saying, I think we all have a few narcissistic traits. And then I said they said we all have some narcissistic traits. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I mean, we do. I mean, you can not admit it, but man, you got some problems.
Yeah.
And you can say, no, I don't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I turn this gift on. I see your whole life.
Yeah.
I see your whole stuff. But I mean, it's like in the comments they're saying that writing in journals. You can look at my phone. You can writing in a journals.
Okay.
Writing in a journal. That's what she said. Writing in a journal as well, because you may not feel comfortable with spilling your beans and spilling your guts to somebody else. You may not feel comfortable with that, but you might feel comfortable with writing it down on a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? You can do that as well. You know, a lot of times I get on my knees and I just pray and I just talk to God. You know, and I just take it from there, or because I don't really have anybody that I can call that to halfway understand the stuff I deal with, halfway understand the stuff I go through, because it's just a lot of people, they see you and they think oh, he got it all together because you the businessman. Man, please, I go through hell and high water. I'm telling you, I do. So, you got something else you want to add?
Something came to mind, but no, I like what she was saying, Niteria. We all have narcissistic traits, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we are narcissists. And just basically recognizing.
That's right.
Being accountable, recognizing, okay, I do have this, and what am I going to do about it?
That's right.
What am I going to do to get rid of it? And I hate to say that, I'm talking about annihilating that thing, just breaking the yoke.
Breaking it down.
Breaking the yoke, just getting rid of it. Because we all have a work to do. We're all called to be ministers. We have to be a light. We have to be, I know for me, mentor. People look up to me, even as women, teenagers. Some teenagers look up, to me. So, to me, it's like I have to. There's certain things in my life I know that's not right, and I have to get rid of this because I know that there are people that are watching me, and I'm needed.
That's right.
With a clean,
with clean hands.
Clean hands and a
That's
clean
right.
heart.
Clean hands and clean heart. People are watching you. People are watching us. Period.
And I am not gonna live. I'm gonna take my glasses off. I'm not gonna live an unholy life. And I know people are watching me.
That's right.
Because that blood is gonna be on my hands. Because God, I don't know why I'm getting into this, but God has we have people that we're appointed to.
That's right.
God appoints certain people in our life, and it's like, okay, I need to get myself together because this person is looking at me, so I cannot be living a raggedy. I have to present my body a living sacrifice, holy,
with your single self,
acceptable unto God, which is my reasonable service. So I don't know why I had to say all that, but I think someone needed to hear that. I if I'm going to be a role model and be a mentor, I have to have a clean living, and it takes. Am I holy? Holier than thou? No, I mean I'm still walking the walk, but I'm a lot better than when I used to be.
Come on, now. Producer over there laughing. I heard her sniggering.
A lot better than I used to be. All right,
I think we all are. I think we're all a lot better.
It'd be like, you, Regina? Even with the prison thing, I know people gonna be like, what?
Man, please.
But it's just to help somebody. So yeah.
Yep. But you never know who's looking and who's paying attention. You never know.
All right. And I'm looking at the time, and
nobody wants to call in.
Nobody wants to call in. We're gonna give you at least another minute. Woo! I'm looking at myself. God, I look light.
Yeah, you like a bright light. You like these lights in the studio. You like these lights in the studio. I was looking at myself. I was like, man, you look kind of good right there. Looking real good. Look at yourself over there. We just like to have fun. We just like to have fun, y'all.
Yeah. Like to be transparent, and we just like to have fun. I think the two go hand in hand. I'm not gonna be stuck up. You ain't gonna find that for me.
No.
We gonna have some jokes. It's gonna be fun. So if you want to have the last word. Okay.
Sure. Listen, let me tell you something. You should understand and know the difference in between warfare and growth. All right. Sometimes warfare will seems like growth. But I said, but God, he has to try you and test you to see if you can handle what you're praying for. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you. God has to try you and test you to hope and pray. Let me hold on. Slow down, Cooter Brown. Whoever Cooter Brown is. God has to try you and test you to see if you can handle what you praying for. Okay. And sometimes we be thinking, oh, the enemy after me. No, it's you after you. It's you.
Say that.
It's you after you. It's you. You the one that's the problem. You fighting yourself.
The devil made me
Ain't no
do
fight.
it.
It's like,
you
no,
did
the devil ain't made you do nothing.
Nothing. You did it.
No, you did it yourself. So sometimes we again, like we said during the show, sometimes we have to be able to identify when stuff is going on in our life, or when stuff is not right, or when stuff is wrong, and when it's warfare and when it's not. Because some stuff, it ain't warfare, it's growth. It's growth. You've been asking for a miracle. You've been asking for a blessing. You've been asking for a new car. You've been asking for a new job. You asking for a spouse. You asking for a husband. Whatever it is that you asking for, God has to try you and he has to test you and to see if you can handle what you asking for. In the meanwhile, that's it, Miss Regina?
No, that's it. Shout out to Nataria Fox. Thank you so much for the encouraging words for your fiance, and just thank you for listening. But everybody from listening,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Everybody for listening. Most definitely everybody for listening. In the
That's it.
meanwhile, we'll see y'all. What's that? 2 and 2? How you
2 and
want
2?
to? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Peace.
Peace out. Love y'all.